just en route to Birmingham and we've bumped into the Yanamites crew. Man like Bav in his GT3 RS, heading down to Oxford Street to go and do the Yanamites collaboration with Everlast, which I hear is going to be sold in Sports Direct, and the launch is at Oxford Street today. Anyway, reason we are at the services is because this van is going to the Midlands to have a little bit of a makeover. Alright guys, so as you have probably gathered by now, we're at the services, South Mims services to be precise, and today we are heading up to the Midlands, and the reason we're doing that is we're going to see some very good friends of mine that I've known for a very long time. We're going to see Martin and Charlotte of King's Fleet Services. Why are we going there? You can probably tell by the title of this video. My van has worked very hard over the last 2 years, and since August 2019 we have not done any work to the van whatsoever. It has literally had 2 years solid graft through the pandemic and everything before, and a very busy summer, and it's worked so hard. What I'm going to do in collaboration with King's Fleet Services is it's going to get a refurb. So this video has kind of been long overdue. It's very frequently that I get asked questions around the setup of my van, the equipment I use, the tooling that I have on the van, and also the best way to start out mobile in terms of setup. So what better way to bring you guys them answers with a whole video around van builds. I've been fortunate enough to work with King's Fleet Services in a little bit of a collaboration. My good friends, they built my van, and now they're growing, we're growing, and we're both going to come together and bring my van back to fresh. So we're going to head up to King's now, and not only is the primary focus of this video on my van and the refurbishment, but I also want to put King's Fleet Services on the map because they're masters of their craft. Not only do they do various van build variants, they also offer a number of other services which we'll cover later. I'll show you around their premises. Hopefully they've got a couple of different van builds that we can show you, and also give you a little bit of the history of the relationship between two kings. Check in with you guys in a bit.
I'm Charlotte, one of the directors from King's. We have known Scott for quite a few years now. We built his van originally for him, and he's brought it back to us because he wanted it refreshed, renewed. So we thought we'd change it up, do a few different things for him and make it all bespoke and work as well as it can be for him to work smarter. So let's have a look and see what we think.
So after a couple of weeks off, we've just arrived at King's Fleet Services to pick up my van. Well, here she is.
Are you ready?
Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like a completely different van. Oh my days. Wow.
Happy?
You lot are unreal. This is why I come here, guys. King's Fleet Services are the masters of their craft, and am I right in saying that you haven't gone, you know, full steam on this? This is sort of just a midway, because obviously I'm going to change my van in about just over 6 months. So, you know, this isn't everything. This is just a light refurb, and look at it. It looks like a completely different van, and I'm overwhelmed. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I wasn't expecting checker plate. Wow.
A bit more hard wearing.
Yes. Yes, I like it.
A lot more storage.
A lot more easier to work in as well. This is wicked. Carpet on the sides. I'm really, really happy. Martin, Charlotte, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, what we're going to do is talk through the setup of my van. What we have here is a 6.5 kilowatt generator. The reason we have a generator on the van is if we don't have an option to plug in at a customer's home or workplace, we've got self-sufficient power. That is coupled with a 90 litre ABAC compressor. I'm going to say 90 litre, is it 100 litre? Martin, is that compressor 90 litre? 90 litre ABAC compressor. Got a 3-phase regulator regulating the air that's coming through the compressor into the airline. I've got a 15-metre airline on a retractable reel. Checker plating throughout the van. Carpeted side panels. I've got lighting inside here. Paper roll. Now I've got some shelving. Moving around to the back. We've got all my electrics over here. Again, more racking, more storage. I did have a bead breaker here, but I'm doing a lot less wheels. The wheels that I do aren't hit very heavy, so there's not really a need to break the bead. So I've lost that to allow me much more space, and as you can see, just the whole general layout of the van is a lot more, or I'll be able to utilize the space in the van a lot more than my old layout. What I will have in here is jacks, axle stands, heat lamps. My toolbox will go in here, and then my paint system will find a home for that somewhere, and then obviously I'll have all my sanding equipment. We'll find homes for that some point throughout today. But yeah, this is the refurb of my van. Also, I've just found a little LED that these guys have put in here. I have to work out how that works at some point. But yeah, I'm a happy chappy. So guys, this is why I've chosen King's right from the start. In a previous role that I had with another big organisation, I appointed King's to service the fleet of vans that we had when I worked for a different company. Since then I've followed their journey. They started out in one van some time ago in 2016 when they launched King's Fleet Services. They've grown and grown and grown, and obviously since I've set up my own business I've stayed with them, and they built my original van for me, which was just a low budget, quick kind of thing just to get me going back in August 2019. And obviously it served its purpose, and just going away for a couple of weeks, coming back and getting a little bit of a refurb on, look, it says it all really. So All the details to do with Kings will be in the link to this, or the link will be in the description of this video. And yeah, I am over the moon as to what they've done and can't wait to get back to work. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the content so far. The next part of this video is to give those of you who may be in the industry a little bit more of an insight as to the additional services that King's Fleet Services offer, as well as van builds and van conversions. As well as vehicle conversions, Kings also offer health and safety services. Now that can be anything from torque wrench testing, pack testing, breathing air quality testing, and Lola testing. Lola testing is the test where you check your axle stands and lifting equipment. Now, some of these tests can form part of an annual audit, or they can be individual services. So in other words, if you just need your torque wrenches calibrated, they'll come out and just test them. Kings also offer maintenance servicing, such as basic servicing, tyre changes, or brakes, and this can be done at the static site here in the West Midlands, or they can come out to your place of work or home. Generally, this is done on a weekend to make sure that your van's not off the road between Monday and Friday, to ensure there's no loss of revenue. Now, if you're anything like me, that's a major, major plus. And this can be done nationwide. The real important one for me, and I'm sure it's the same for you guys, is emergency call-outs. Now, if you go to a job one morning and for some reason your compressor doesn't start, or your generator doesn't start, or something happens on your van that stops you from working, if you put a call into King's Fleet Services, they will aim to get out to you the same day. That's if it's first thing in the morning. If it's midday or mid-afternoon, the chances are they'll get you within 24 hours. And this is also nationwide. King's solely focus on the automotive repair industry. What that means is that these guys know their field and they're absolute masters of their craft. If you take a look to my right hand side, you'll see a number of certificates. These guys know their industry front and back. And as I say to you, they solely focus on the automotive trade. In my experience over the last few years, well, over a number of years, we've always had to use someone to change our tyres, someone to pack test our vans, someone to fit out our vans. But these guys are literally a one-stop shop. No matter if you're just a one-man band, or if you're a director, owner, fleet manager of a company, corporate or not, that might have well over 100 vehicles, you needn't look anywhere further than these guys. As I say, if you need your tyres changed or you need a full van fit out, these guys have always got you. If you've seen anything in my van that you might want for your own vehicle, whether it be just simply racking, or if you would like a complete fit out, all the details will be in the description of this video for Kings. And they are also due to launch a online shop early part of next year. What I'd suggest you go and do now is follow these guys on Instagram, and that way you'll never miss an update. So guys, you've seen the refurbishment of my van from start to finish, and as you can probably tell, I'm literally over the moon. And hopefully you can see the reason why I come all this way up to the Midlands and I only use these guys. I just want to say a massive thanks to the bosses at King's Fleet Services, Martin and Charlotte. These guys are, well, they're just unbelievable people. And not only are they my go-to van builders, not them personally, but their team are not only my go-to builders, but they're also great friends of mine. So without further ado, I think it's time to end this video. And that's it from me, and that is it from Kings. And I guess I will see you on the next one.